for you to log in and watch any of those. You can skip to the ends and see how we do the end, or watch the whole thing for our last 6 big launches. So if you look at, again, all these numbers, I'm going to save you getting out a calculator to add all these up. I'm going to add them all up for you. This all adds up to 2223. That's all the value that you get. Am I going to charge you 2223? No, of course not. I'm a nice guy on some days. And the thing about this is there are a lot of the wrong webinar services. Or if you pay someone to do the webinars, a lot of them will charge you tons and tons of money just because it's one of those skills that a lot of people are afraid of and just they never try to figure it out. But luckily, me and Lance figured it out. We'll give you the formula from how we've taken a bunch of people from doing nothing to actually cranking out product, cranking out video sales that are just with the webinars. So the thing is, if you used the wrong service or outsourced it, it would cost you $19.97. That's a pretty bad mistake there. But then, if you think of the past 5 months, I keep talking about, these big numbers.
I'm recording this webinar and you can hear everything. Yes.
1% of what we made in the last 5 months. That's $1,000. So wouldn't $1,000 in the next 5 months be kind of a good deal? I think so. And, now we're kind of getting into what me and Lance kind of feel like is a small number. And we used to think not too long ago that $1,000 was a big number until we ran not one but 2 different membership sites. People paid $9.97 to get in, not $5.97, not $2.97, $1,000 just to be in a class with us, to get trained with us live and have access to the recordings and all that good stuff. And pretty much everyone was happy with it, including people like Larry's on the call, Sophie's on the call, and all the people we mentioned. I think we've added off like 6 names about like Robin and Carrie and Wallace and Bob, Mr. Rock and Roll. They all paid us $1,000. So that's pretty cool to have that many people who have paid you $1,000 and are willing to again and again, right? So even looking at just one person pay that amount, is that worth it? Well, think about this. Even when Lance was getting started out, from a webinar a year ago, Lance did a free webinar, and he said, I'm going to teach you guys some stuff. Here's how you build a list. Go ahead and register. Go ahead and do it right now. And he made $1,000 from one single webinar. Not a day of webinars, not a big long class, but just one webinar where it's like, here's how you register at this place, $1,000. And here's your proof, once again, because we're all about the proof. Can you explain this, Sense? Because I think I can never explain this.
Yeah, so the way that this one worked is basically you had to have a certain number of upgrades before you got eligible. I think it says it up there, like 10. You have to have 10 upgraded contributors before you were in the contest. So I had, oops, you flipped the screen on me here. You're on Edit Plus, there you go. And so I got second place for the way that it ranked by getting more people upgraded. And then so I got $500 from that. But then also, if you look down at the bottom of the screen on the left, I got $488 in commissions from referring people over to that giveaway. And really, all I did was I got on a webinar, sent out to my list and said, I'm going to show you how I've been building my list. Why don't you come and watch and I'll show you. And I literally, in front of them, made my product, made my page, showed them what I was going to do, signed up and said, sign up under me. And that's why they all signed up. And if you look, like I had out of the contributors, well, I ended up with a lot on that one, but my upgrade rate is like phenomenal compared to anybody else. It's like 15 out of, 93 contributors. And like the other guy that ended up, he beat me because he had more members sign up, but he had 173, right? So really, I mean, all I did was just go, here's what I know how to do, please do this as well. And so I know that all of you guys can do that as well. So it's a really cool thing, and that's literally how I got started with webinars, was just showing people what I did. If you know how to make a squeeze page, if you know how to sign up for something, if you use a product, there's nothing that demonstrates it better than doing it in front of people. Like, we show you guys our real numbers. Nothing gets faked, and I mean, people genuinely like that. So that's what we did. Oh, and the other part about this is I also, Telman Knudsen gave me a huge flat screen Ferrari monitor as well for this contest. So because I posted on the blog and just put, here's what I just did, and he was like, oh, okay, awesome. Next thing I knew, I got this thing in the mail.
So from one webinar, you got the 488, plus you ranked number 2, so you got $500 more, plus a flat screen monitor that we're too humble to even mention.
So yeah, that was a good time. And plus, yeah, Tillman mentioned me on their call. That was nice too.
All that just from one webinar.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
not bad at all.
So with that said, what I want you guys to do is mark down this date right now. Thursday, January 14th, 2009, later this week. Because what we're going to do with that is we're going to do another one of these membership sites today. So we're going to give you instant access to the old Webinar Crusher 1.0 and the old, well, I guess not, but the recent, that sounds better, right? Recent Webinar Crusher 2.0 tonight, right now, at webinarcrusher.com. So what we're going to do on this Thursday is in the morning, we're going to re-record Webinar Crusher 1.0, update it for the year 2010, let you guys ask questions and so on, and then in the afternoon and evening we're going to get to the advanced stuff so that if you watch it all the way through, there'll be the beginner stuff, the middle stuff, and the advanced stuff, and you can watch any of it live or watch it recorded. Whatever you want, you got it. Okay, we will post all the replays inside the members area. So the thing I just saw a message from Terry Wurzbacher, who's in our most recent class. It was $1,000 a seat. You said it was worth at least $5,000. Thanks, Terry. But the thing is, we've sold out classes all the time for $997, and it's been worth it because people can always justify it because of the training that they get. They can go and apply it, make at least that much money back, hopefully many times more. So another cool way of thinking about this is even if this class was $897 and it only made you $17 a week more than you're making right now, then in a year's time, make your investment back. If you made double that, make that investment back in 6 months, and in a year, it'd be doubled. But it's not going to be $897. If it was $797, then that would only be $15 a week to take a year to make your investment back. Or even $697 would be $13 a week for a year to get your investment back. Doesn't seem like a lot now, does it? I don't think so. And but on top of all that, the surprise bonus will be that not only can you attend live, but you can ask questions live on the webinar. And I can't guarantee that we can answer every single question, but you can kind of tell on this webinar, if you will ask us stuff that kind of is a really good point, or if it kind of fits in, or if it's like, oh, wait a second, I really don't get this, I can't get it without continuing, then we'll go and answer that. On top of all that, we'll include all notes, which some of the presentations will be mind map, some will be a PowerPoint like this. We'll include all that in the membership site. If you know me and Lance, we don't always do that. We don't always include the notes and stuff. So this time, you don't need to take notes. You'll be getting our notes. On top of all that, we'll follow up with you after the 1 day of class, the full day of class, to make sure that you're recording either your first or your next very improved next webinar, because it makes us look better when you went from nothing to doing a good webinar, or if you went from doing an okay webinar to doing a great webinar. So even if the investment for this was $597, that would be $49.75 for each 2-hour lesson. And I mean, if a lot of you guys got stuff out of this, even like this hour and a half call a day. So imagine what you get for the paid stuff, right? So just to make your decision that much easier, I'm going to throw in one more surprise bonus, and that is the 25 PowerPoint designs, because like I've been saying, nothing should hold you back for your next webinar, not even the graphics. So I'm going to give you, and these aren't like any research stuff, I actually made these by hand myself, including this one right here. This is one of the templates you're going to get, and I actually do use these on our membership sites, in our presentation, on our free stuff, our paid stuff, all of that. I'm going to give you a pack of the PowerPoint templates that I personally created and use. So Lance, is 25 okay number?
It's okay, but I mean, you're a guy that does 50, 60 videos in a day. I mean,
oh,